Hello, everyone. Welcome to the webinar, Create Successful Campaigns with Dynamics 365 Marketing and CELUM. The session today is powered by Microsoft, netcare, and CELUM. This webinar will be recorded, so we can provide it to you afterwards, and of course use it for reuse it in the future. Please keep in mind that you are muted during the training. If any questions come up, feel free to post them in the questions panel so we can answer them later on during the Q&A session. What's the agenda for today? After a quick introduction from our side, Martina Saller from Microsoft will talk about Microsoft Dynamics 365 Marketing. During the demo, Patrick Holetzky from netcare and I will show you how to work with the new integration and set up successful campaigns by means of an example use case. Last but not least, there will be the Q&A session. So again, please post your questions in the questions panel. But first of all, let's introduce ourselves. I'm Johanna. I'm with CELUM since 2012 and responsible for pre-sales, partner enablement, customer success, and customer projects.
Okay, I think I continue. Hi everyone, my name is Patrick Holetzky. I work at netcare Business Solutions in Frankfurt, Germany since 2018 as a software developer, and I help to develop the CELUM integration for the Dynamics marketing application. Netcare is a CELUM partner, and besides software development, we also provide other IT services like professional services, project management, and quality assurance.
Thank you, Patrick.
Yeah, hi everybody. My name is Martina Saller and I lead the business group in Austria for Dynamics 365 and Power Platform.
Thank you, Martina. Then let's hand over to you right away.
Great. So just a second. Yeah, super. So I just want to start with a few words on technology and customer experience in this introduction. I don't know how you feel, but yeah, it's really a difficult time now. The world has changed. I think we hear that very often and every day. And it also changed the way how we interact with our customers. So there are a lot of terms around home office, hybrid office, everything is coming to stay or came to stay. And to be honest, yeah, it's not to be discussed. These effects are here and they are not new, but the pandemic, of course, accelerated this. So what definitely has not changed are business goals like increasing revenue and gain customers. And maybe this is something that is for you now even more important than before. So I want to thank you for your time and participation in this webinar. I think it's a very important step, first step to get some new ideas and inspiration how to tackle these problems. Yeah, when we look on the trends that are important in this context, I think it was never so important than now to be different to others and to really create a great customer journey, a great customer experience, and to build a good relationship to your customers. And I think you really need to do this different than a year ago. And there are a lot of research and studies around that say customer experience is now the new differentiator. And some say even that price and products are less important than the experience. I think a very important example for this is, for example, Apple. We all know the discussion around the iPhone. Is it really so much better than others? Yeah, people are they want to pay more for an iPhone because it's not only the device itself, it's a great experience they have. And we saw during the last year that companies that already have great experience for their customers, they are even more successful also during very hard times. And what is also very interesting in this context is, and I think you know also the examples that are here on the slides, that the experiences in one part also have influence to the experiences of other parts. And what I mean by that is the expectations customers have from, for example, their own context in their personal life, they also transfer it to their B2B experience, and they also have similar expectations now. I myself don't have a technical background. I also come from marketing and sales, and I know that this consumerization in B2B, how it was called a few years ago, I think before 7 and 8 years ago, it was also in the part of a lot of conferences and trainings where I was, and this is not a trend that has changed or is replaced by another one. In the end, this trend was accelerated now, and I would say today, a few years later, also the market is ready for that. The digital natives are not anymore the young ones, the youngsters that will do something in the future. They are now ready. They are in their jobs. They have good jobs, and they are already decision makers in the companies. So in the end, for the marketeers in this webinar, for you, it's not anymore important to only sell products. You are really, it's really expected from you that you create a great customer journey and a great customer experience, and that you help with marketing to build the ground for the sellers and to create the base for their relationships they have afterwards with the customer. So on the first side, it's very important for you to create, for example, impactful campaigns and content, and you need to look on the ROI because it's very important to look on the KPIs and to be very cost efficient and time efficient. It's about your strategy, your brand equity, of course, and in the core of everything is digital transformation. And in the end, of course, it's also about teaming. So you need a high-performing marketing organization, and your team must be able to work closely together, collaborate, seamless. That's very, very important. And if you ask yourself now why I'm telling you this, coming from Microsoft and from a technology point of view, yeah, for me, technology is the key for that. Of course, technology can't solve these problems alone, but technology can support you in that. And it's really about your customers and to really understand them in real time, to coordinate them and to bring everything together for them, so that everything is seamless from their point of view. And as a first step, you need here to think about your data strategy and about the data you already have, and how you can work with that and how you can make it useful for your process and include it. Because if you can't do that, it will always be a dream to build this real-time customer experience. And we think from Microsoft, that's our mission, to build our portfolio around exactly these topics to support you on that journey. And marketing is part of you. In the center of this, of course, is always data. And the idea is to bring some intelligence in it. And no matter where you are in the organization, you have the same access to the data that is relevant for you, and you can work with it. And especially when you work in marketing, it's really important, of course, this pillar around the customers. And when we look here on the last slide I've prepared for you, then you can see, and that's the core of my speech or my message, that we really have here a platform, a fully integrated platform, where the data is in the center and the marketing process is part of you. a part of it. And what is very important also in context here of this webinar is the openness of the platform and the possibility to use a lot of other solutions that you need and that you are really able to work with what you already have. So yeah, that was a little bit of an introduction and raising the importance to to think about these topics, and that technology is really key to support you here. And I think it's good now to come more into a practical mode and see how this looks like in practice. And I want to hand over to the next speaker.
Great, thank you, Martina, for the good presentation. So let's jump to the demo, and let me hand over to Patrick right away.
So I would say let's get started with our live demo.
Good. So in this demo use case, we want to create a campaign to remind people of the most important Corona hygiene rules, but in a rather funny and most of all sweet way. We're already in the Content Hub. We've highlighted the mouse cursor for you so you can better see it. And as you can see here, I've already created a folder. I now just want to upload my content first. We thought animals are always a good choice for making campaigns cuter and funnier. So we want to cover the 3 rules, washing hands, or in this case, washing paws, wearing a mask, and social distancing. Now I want to edit the metadata of this image here. So for example, I want to insert a description. I'm going to write, let's just a cat, public transport. I want to choose an author. And I want this image to be used publicly, so it's not confidential. What else? For now, I don't need the license information, but let's just insert an email address here. Okay, yeah, I'm happy with that. Let's just save the changes and go back to the overview. So we've uploaded the content and assigned the metadata. Now we need to define that this folder with the images, of course, shall be synced to Microsoft Dynamics. Therefore, we want to edit the collection. Edit. And activate the synchronization to Dynamics 365 right here. Save the changes, and now let me reload the page. Yep. So now you can see the bullets on the assets. So these icons here visualize that, what the content is being synchronized. If I open the detail view and go to the external reference, you can see the public URL from the Asia CDN, which has already been generated. Good, so we've updated the content, enriched it with metadata, and activated the sync. You can structure your assets by folders, as you can see here, or by keywords. Now I want to add or rather link those 3 images here to a specific keyword in the keyword structure. So I do that with add to functionality and choose the keyword structure. Just click through the structure, Dynamics, animals, and choose the advanced animals keyword. Good, save. And that's it for now with the content part. So Patrick, let's switch to the Dynamics.
Yeah, thank you very much, Johanna. So let's switch. What you see now is the Dynamics marketing application. Now I'm excited as a marketing person, can access my CELUM asset right here inside Dynamics files. You can see all our CELUM files are already sorted in a system view called CELUM files, which is provided by our integration. For example, you also find the social distancing cat right here. See all the metadata was automatically transferred. And also the keywords from CELUM were created and assigned automatically to the asset. So if we go back in the overview, we see there's only a read-only grid overview. This one is also provided by the extension to you, and you can customize it to show all the information you need right here. For example, here we could use the CELUM file path to assets we need by the folder it was added to. Or we could also use the CELUM ID to find that we need, if we know it beforehand. So now let's get back into our default system file view. And now I want to show you one more way to filter your assets from CELUM. This is by filter by keyword. I only want to see the advice animals we want to use in our campaign. And thanks to the keyword that was created by our designer in CELUM, we can see all our assets we need for our marketing campaign. So now our assets are all ready to be used in our marketing campaign. We can start with a social media post right here. I already prepared one for tomorrow for Twitter called Cute Animal Advice. And all I want to do now is add an image from CELUM to it. So I use the Add Media button. And now here in the pop-up, I see all files that are in dynamic. And if I only want to see the ones from CELUM, we just use the CELUM keyword that was added and created automatically. And now you only see your CELUM assets. I think in this case, I will just go with the dog mask wearing advice. And you see in the preview, it looks like you updated it natively, uploaded it natively to Dynamics. So once we're done, we just save and close it. And now our Twitter post is ready to go live tomorrow. So this is the first use I wanted to show you for the CELUM integration. Then there are also events in Dynamics marketing. So for example, we could have a webinar planned to show you all kinds of advice animals. And all we were waiting for was the event image from CELUM. So let's open it, go to website and formula right here. And here we can select an event image. Again, the same pop-up from before opens, and we just quickly filter it by the CELUM keyword. I think we go with the kitty search this time. I think that's a good choice webinar. Okay, now that we're done, I can save it. And now you've seen already two ways how you can use methods right inside of Dynamics marketing to create campaigns. So now that we know those use cases, time to get a little more complex. Right here below the keywords and files, we find the content blocks category. Content blocks allow you in Dynamics to create a content block once, and then you can use it multiple times in different areas. I created one called advice block, and they allow you to include text and image blocks. So let's see, do we have any images that provide advice to achieve social distancing? I think we actually do. We just go to the properties, to image source, and we choose the social distancing bit. Let's see, do we have any advice how to wear the mask correctly? Yep, we already saw that one. The dog knows how to wear it correctly. Maybe there's anything else you wanted to advise to our target audience? Maybe we should advise them to wash their paws always. I think this is good advice for our campaign. So now our content block is ready. We can activate it. And once we save it, we can also preview it. And I think, yeah, that looks really professional. So now our content block is ready, and it's ready to be used in multiple places, as I just mentioned. For example, let's use it in a marketing page. You can find marketing pages. Let me have a look. Right here. I already prepared one called Newsletter for Animal Advice. Let's open it. This newsletter would allow a user to register for the monthly animal advice newsletter. I think this would be a good fit for the content block we just created. You find it under Toolbox, under Basic Elements, and then you can just drag and drop it into your marketing page. As a source, we then can simply select the content block by name we just created. And there it is already. And it's ready to be used. And as always, when you find the kind of editor inside the Dynamics Marketing application, you can also include images from CELUM directly by using the basic element called image. And yeah, there's the pop-up again we already seen before. And in this case, I will just go with the CELUM logo. So to use it in a marketing email, we simply just activate it now. I ignore this for now, wait for it to be published. And once it's published, we can save and close it. So our marketing page is live. Time to use it in a marketing email. You find marketing emails right here above social media posts. And in your marketing pages are available right next to content blocks under advanced elements. And again, we can simply look for the marketing page name we just created, called Newsletter for Advice. So once again, you could also include them with content blocks or image the CELUM assets. So let's save this marketing email. So you've seen many now. Where else could we access our CELUM assets right inside the Dynamics Marketing app? Mainly in the template section for form templates, page templates, and email templates. I will quickly show you one way. This again opens the editor we already know and we are very familiar with by now. And here you have the image basic element. But we're not going to do that now, as we've seen it multiple times. So let's get back into our files overview to see what happened to our CELUM assets in the background while we use them. Let's go to the doc mask. So first of all, you see the asset was automatically logged by the connector because it's in use now. And also all usages are logged at the bottom. So for example, we just used it in a social post or cute animal advice. Then we used an advice block called content block. And we used it in a marketing page called Newsletter for Animal Advice afterwards, indirectly in the content block. So this allows you to always know exactly where you use your CELUM assets inside the Dynamics Marketing application. All right, so let's switch back to our designer to the content.
Thank you. So we're back in the content hub. Let me just switch. Yep. So we're back in the content hub. Now, if you hover over the bullets, you get the information that these assets are currently being used in Microsoft Dynamics. Also, the log icon is visible on the assets as well. So assets that are used in Dynamics are automatically logged in Content Hub. Let's open the detail view, where you now can see the details to usage and file ID, which is written back from Microsoft Dynamics into the Content Hub. So you do not have to leave the Content Hub. You can view directly in the Content Hub where the asset is being used within Dynamics. For example, the social distancing cat is used in marketing page and content blog. Good. So what happens? What happens if I upload a new version? So how does that work? Let me choose a unlocked asset, this one here. Let me just upload a new version for this image. Good, previously generated, so you will see the difference right away. Now I also want to change the name in the edit mode. Change it to more and of quick edition and save. And okay, that's it. Let's switch back to Dynamics topic.
All right, thank you once again. Let's see what changed now. So back in Dynamics, we do a quick refresh. And once it's refreshed, we see the new version was already transferred. And all the metadata, in this case, the display name, was immediately transferred to Dynamics automatically. All right. So this concludes our demo session. And back to you, Johanna.
Thank you. Yeah, thanks, Patrick, for the great demo. Then it's time for questions. There are a couple of questions. Can the synchronization also be automatically via a task?
Currently, the synchronization will be triggered by the folder hierarchy. So all assets inside a folder will be synchronized currently, but it could be always extended to support more ways to trigger the synchronization. So this is not a problem. We just need to exactly know what you need.
Okay. Node referencing is possible too, or only via add to keyword function?
Currently, only add to keywords are supported as tags, but node references are transferred as string metadata to Dynamics. You can configure what kind of node reference fields you want to transfer to Dynamics from CELUM, and it will all be currently transferred as string values. So all kinds of information fields can be transferred. It's just you just need to configure it once in the beginning for the connector.
Okay. How many concurrent users does this integration allow?
There's no limit to concurrent users as far as I know. We use a connector user, so you need to create a user for Dynamics, a connector user, and then the transfer will be done with the web API from Dynamics. So there's not really a limit. Yeah.
Okay, thanks. Which social media integrations besides Twitter are also available? For example, Facebook, Instagram, so on.
Martina, do you maybe want to answer it? I think I could also quickly check. I see Twitter, Facebook, and LinkedIn as options. So those would be the ones supported properly. I don't know if there are more available, but those are the default ones configured.
Okay, thank you. Is there a reporting for the marketing campaigns shown? Newsletter opened, likes on Facebook, perhaps also in a management report?
So what our integration does is transfer all the assets as if you natively uploaded them to Dynamics from CELUM automatically. So all functionality for your assets you transfer from CELUM would also be available as well, just as if you uploaded it manually over the marketing interface.
Okay. Then one more question. Is a campaign task management also possible to create a campaign and set up tasks with reminders, etc.?
Campaign task management. I'm not sure. I would have to need to check, and then maybe we can later send the answer for this question after the webinar.
Okay.
That's okay?
Yes, that's fine.
Okay, great.
Good. Let me check the time. Yeah, we're a little over time. But those were most questions. For all the other questions, we will answer afterwards directly. So we did track them. Good. Then let's continue. Yeah, if any questions come up later on, we will send the answers for the still open questions afterwards. But if any questions come up later on, or you're interested in the connector, or you'd like to request a demo, please just drop us an email at hello@celum.com or get in touch with your account manager. Then again, a big shout out to Patrick Holetzky from netcare and Martina Saller from Microsoft for the great cooperation. So thank you both.
Thank you too.
That's actually all. I think Martina is having problems with unmuting. Thank you all for participating. As already mentioned, the recording will be provided to you afterwards. Also in the name of Martina, thank you all. And have a great afternoon and bye.
Thanks everyone, bye.